So I define civic engagement as anything that you as an individual choose to do in order to contribute to some sense of the collective good. And it may be as small as volunteering at a local organization, or helping kids in the community as they raise money for for a school trip. But it also includes, I think, by necessity, it includes participation in a political process that is meant to come to some sort of agreements about what the collective good will be moving forward. So we have, as a society, we have crafted our political processes as a way to reach collective agreement. Being a part of those processes is our responsibility, and it comprises a larger role that we play in our communities. There are a ton of things that you can do to start. Some of them are really small and some of them are very big. And sometimes politics can seem really alienating because it seems that it's about important people in suits who are far away and doing important things and, talking about important subjects, some of which we understand and some of which we may not. And the number one thing that I always encourage people to do is to remember that at the end of the day, it's not about important people in suits who are far away. It's about us. Each of us every day in our communities is engaging in political action, whether we know it or not. Everything that we do in some way or another is shaped by and shaping the political environment around us. And that's everything from whether or not we recycle to, whether or not we, decide to contribute to, a small fundraiser going on in our community. And so we can take the tiniest steps. Some of us choose to get involved by jumping right in and writing letters to our elected officials and, finding an issue that we care about and forming groups and what have you. Others choose to get involved in smaller ways, and I think one of the mistakes that we frequently make is we frequently deny the importance of those smaller ways that you can get involved. So I would encourage anybody and everybody, join your PTAs. Go out, find a book club to start talking about issues that you care about, right? And if you can't find one, create one. Anytime we come together with fellow citizens to talk about the problems that we see, to talk about the solutions that we see, to talk about our own experiences, how our lives might be better, how our communities might be better, those are small acts of political courage every single day. And so I would encourage people to go do that. And over time, I think we build up our familiarity with those processes. We build up our network of people who are similarly engaged, and it helps us feel more connected, and it helps us realize what our responsibility is, but also why it can be fun. And it should be fun. We should enjoy being a part of our community, not walling ourselves off and, complaining to the TV. That's never going to get anything done. I think frequently college students don't fully appreciate how lucky they are and how many resources they have at their disposal to get involved in politics at a young age and in a way that can be really productive and effective. Too often, I think, on our college campuses, there ends up being an ethos where students are taught to argue for the sake of argument's sake. And that doesn't make sense. The real goal of politics is always going to be to try to find common ground, to try to reach consensus. And that will always mean engaging with people with whom you disagree, whether you like it or not. And when you leave college, you're going to meet a lot of people with whom you disagree. And there will be a lot of ideas that you think are crazy, that you might find offensive. that you might find loathsome, but they're not going to disappear just because you don't like them. And so I think college campuses are a really unique environment where we can model what we hope to see among a democratic citizenry going forward. We hope that there will be genuine and sustained engagement and conversation and dialogue, and that is incredibly difficult to do. And for proof that it's difficult to do, all you need to do is look around our political environment right now. Nobody wants to talk to anybody if they don't already agree with them. They live in their bubbles. And at a college campus, we know that we have smart, interested, engaged students around us every day. Those students can take the world by storm if they choose to do it. But to do it, I think practicing the habits of citizenship are essential, and that means very conscientiously and responsibly engaging in citizenship, which necessarily also means engaging in disagreement and dialogue. And so that's my number one piece of advice to new students all the time who are getting involved in politics is idealism is a wonderful thing. But it has to be tempered by a sense of pragmatism and a willingness to really deeply question your own beliefs. And once you're willing to do that, then you have the potential to change the world.